Hi, I'm Jen. I'm one of the BFR coaches, and welcome to the B3 Journey study. Thank you for joining. So I'm going to show you, hopefully you already watched the PowerPoint where I kind of explained the science behind the bands. If you haven't, I would really recommend going back and watching that, because knowing the science behind the bands will really help you, know what you're going for and be able to be more successful. So now I'm going to teach you how to put on the bands properly. It really does matter like how tight you get it when you're first putting it on for them to be effective. So I'll show you that. So of course the smaller one that you have will be for your arms, and the bigger one will be for your legs. And so if you look on the little blue tab, depending on what size you have, they'll say different numbers. So this one, most of yours will say 200 for the arms and 300 for the legs. And that's the recommended starting pressure. So you can start at that, but you don't have to stay at that. If the burn is too intense or it feels too tight, you can go down, or if you're not getting as deep of a burn as you want to, you can go up also. Okay, so how we put on the arm is you are going to have this little valve pointing towards the inside of your body, just so that's easier to hook up the pump to. It goes right here, right underneath your shoulder and above your bicep muscle. So there's kind of already like a skinnier part of your arm there that you put it on. So you can, to make it a little easier, already like have it threaded through, or you can do it after, whatever's easiest for you. Put it on there and tighten it. They can overlap, or there can be a gap also. But if they overlap, it can be a little bit harder to get them tight. So I keep my finger on the bottom one while I kind of pull this to get it tighter. Kind of push it against my arm to keep it in place. So you want these not as tight as they can go, but like almost. So I can put my finger up there. This one's actually running a little tighter. Okay, so I can put my finger up and like to the middle, but it's not going to go all the way up. I can shake it around and it's not going to slip off of that spot, but I'm not so tight that it's already like a tourniquet. Then you will take your pump, and there's a little metal piece here. You're going to push that in halfway. Don't push it down all the way till that clicks out. If it does click out, you can just push it down again to get it flat. So just push it in halfway and push it till it clicks on to that valve. If you're pushing and pushing, you're like, why isn't this going on? There should be some ointment or in your kit that we gave you. If there's not, for some reason, you can just put some Vaseline on this little black ring, and then that will help it slip on better. So you, again, just push it on till it won't go anymore, it clicks on, and then you pump it up to the recommended pressure or wherever you want it. If the needle keeps coming down, you're like, why won't it stay? It's probably because this is open. So you can turn that to let the air out. And then when you want to leave the air in, keep the air in, you tighten it again. So that's how you do that. And then to take it off, you just push it down again and pull off. Okay, so for the legs, you're going to put it all the way at the top of your thigh, like till it can't go up anymore. These ones are a little bit easier to put on since you have both your hands. And you just pump it up the same way as your arms. Now when you take these off, to help the bands last longer, we want you to take the air out. So it helps if you have a table or something. You push in on this little button there, and push it in and just kind of slide your hand along towards the valve, and that will get the air out. The leg ones are a little bit harder. I like to have a bench and use my knee to kind of do it. Another thing you can do is kind of lift it like this, and the air will come out too. Okay, so that's everything you need to know to put the bands on properly. If you have any problems or any questions, feel free to give your coach a text or a call.